Welcome, welcome, welcome to my spot where we balance, heal, and activate who we truly are. You can call me Kiki. And tonight we are celebrating the full moon in Leo. Ah, makes me feel so good. I hope you're feeling good too. Yeah, take some of that, get some of that. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So, we're going to ground real quick, but Leo, the sign of courage, the sun, pride, is allowing this full moon energy to flow through. Full moons are for releasing, okay? They are for a time of reflection and making room. Making room. All right. So, yeah. So, what do you need from this moon? What could you release? What could be holding you back from being more confident, being more courageous, being more brave? What ways could you be afraid of success or your own confidence or taking a leap of faith? What could be holding you back? Could you use some of that energy in this moment to help you release what's been holding you back, release what's been blocking you, release the obstacles? Okay, let's go ahead and ground our energy. Hmm. And as we take a few breaths, we're going to just sit still in silence for a moment as we breathe. So I'll guide you, but then we're going to take a few breaths with silence and just allow yourself to experience what comes up. I like to breathe and maybe do a body scan starting at my root and then allow myself to purify and cleanse and clear and balance my energy, moving up my body and releasing that way. And then I allow myself as I feel any tension, what visions come up, not just, the feeling or the sensation, but do I see anything? Is there any image that comes up in my mind, a shape, a color, in addition to the feeling? Okay. So just, I was gonna say grind with me, but vibe with me. Vibe with me. And let's just go ahead and take a moment to ground ourselves. So we'll focus on our breath and our posture. So start by taking a few deep breaths in through the nose, long exhales out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Check in with your posture. Make sure you feel balanced and allow your spine to be straight. With these next few breaths, allow yourself to breathe in love and exhale any confusion. Once you feel clear and balanced, and you're ready to be nourished, we call in our spirit teams, our guardian angels, archangels, ascended masters, God, the universe, the highest vibrations, our highest self, the sun god, the moon goddess. We call in the divine team of spiritual beings. We call you in as we set the intention to balance, heal, and activate our loving, healing energy under this full moon in Leo. Allow us to release pride, ego, and any blockages that do not serve our best and highest good. We thank you in advance for all that you're going to show and reveal to us. And we ask that you protect us. Allow no energies of darkness that do not serve us in. Please close, shut, and lock that door in the name above all names. We thank you. We thank you, Mother Earth, for always being our source of ground. We feel calm, clear, and collected. Allow yourself to slowly bring your awareness back to the room. You can wiggle your toes, flutter your fingers, and slowly open your eyes. All right. Need it. Oh, okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. So, this moon for me is calling me to higher ground, a higher level, calling me to step up, to rise up, to be proud even, and to definitely have more courage. So what I like to set the intention to do for myself and for those who can resonate or maybe feeling, connection to that energy. I like to release all blockages that stop me from owning it. Release any insecurities that hold me back from any goals, dreams, ambitions, my calling, my purpose. And I allow myself to be restored, refilled, and replenished with fullness, stability, and prosperity, peace, love, happiness, and allowing ourselves to be seen, to embrace what it is that we're here to show the world, to not be afraid to be seen, to not be afraid for the spotlight to be shining on us. To not be afraid to be seen. All right, I like it. Let's go. Do we want to go through the sky? Let's see here. I wrote down a few things that kind of came up over the last few days. Uh, we're also going to talk about the stock market at the end of this, like a little outro I want to share. So, the most powerful transit of the week was Neptune moving into Aries. That happened on the 26th, right? Neptune moved into Aries, yes, on January 26th. Neptune, a planet of wisdom, um, there's a groundedness that comes from Neptune, but Neptune is definitely a spiritual aspect, the unseen. Could be secretive, but Neptune has come out of Pisces and flown into Aries. So we've completed a cycle. We've completed a cycle of like emotional wounding, period. So much work we've done on ourselves emotionally, whether we liked it or not, or whether we embraced it or not. We've done a lot of emotional work. So now we're at a point where we're no longer in alignment with low vibrational emotions. Certain emotions are just no longer on our frequency. And we're realizing that if we come in contact with them, it's almost like I'm better than that. I'm too good for that. I deserve better, more. Like that's kind of the energy. It's like you know better now, you know you deserve better, you're not settling. Okay. And we've broken through really caring about how anyone may feel about it or like any energies that are not in support of it. You kind of you're not concerned. You're more worried, you're more focused on what you're supposed to be doing, what you are being called to do, what your purpose is, what you're supposed to be an example of. Ooh, what you're supposed to be seen for, known for, recognized for. That part. So you're just wiser and you're putting your wisdom into action. You're allowing your inner world to be your outer world. You're allowing your dreams to come true, your dreams to come to fruition and reality. You're realizing that you've learned what's held you back and now you're taking action on that. You're not overthinking it, spinning your wheels, going backwards, you know, focusing on the past or what should have been or could have been. You're really allowing yourself to move forward and step fully into this new space, this new energy, this higher version of yourself. Hmm. It said that the last few weeks, these are just some notes I wrote down. The last few weeks felt like surgery with Mars and Pluto. Pluto is definitely carrying an energy of like a mental shift, like a societal, generational shift. Like it's like a collective of people in a certain space, in the same space, in a close proximity, are experiencing a mindset shift. And Mars is allowing us to take action on it, to move forward. Okay. We have a lot of planets in the sign of Aquarius right now. And they're probably going to shift through the signs together for some time. I'll double check to see Saturn and Neptune's transit, but I know for sure that they both have transits that last years. Okay. Um, I believe Neptune's might be 14 years, depending. It just depends. They can vary like in ranges of years, depending on how far away they are on the ecliptic, I guess you call it. It's not like a perfect circle. So we'll look that up. Um, the vibe is too expensive for toxic energy. I'm too expensive for toxic energy. We are too expensive for toxic energy. That part. All right. What else? Calm intuition is also what came up. Very grounded wisdom, unshakable, like not going to argue about it. We already know what it is kind of energy. You you could you could feel like you had a sudden like breakthrough or like a sudden release or freedom, like sense of freedom. Or you could have felt like you've been like your feeling more free has been like building up and now you feel that it's actually opened. You feel more free and you know that you have completed a cycle. Like you know that you have released stuff, you know that you've broken through, you know that you have elevated. You know it in your bones. It's like I said, it's not a anything you're trying to convince to anyone or even yourself. You're owning it. Okay. So eclipse season is building. Okay. I believe we experience an eclipse. It could be, yeah, next month, February 18th. No, wait, February 17th. Let me tell you, from now to like the spring, I want to say April, definitely springtime, like when we shift into spring, that lunar new year energy is going to really like make us like take off like a rocket. Like we're a lot of a lot of us are going to feel like the wind in our backs. You know what I mean? You might be like asking for things to like slow down, like you feel like things are moving so fast, but I it's like we're revving up the gas, like the rockets are blaring and glaring, like there's going to be a taking off. But we have a solar eclipse coming up on February 17th. So that solar eclipse is on the same day of the Aquarius new moon. And we shift into Pisces the next day, which is also Ash Wednesday and Ramadan. The Aquarius new moon, the solar eclipse the day before on the 17th, is the Lunar New Year, Mardi Gras or Fat Tuesday. And of course, like I mentioned, Ramadan begins at sundown. And then we go into Pisces season on Ash Wednesday. So a lot of very spiritual energy. Leo is ruled by the sun. The sun is recognized as light, as God, and that Leo full moon is like it's an ego boost. You know, like I said, it's a time and a place for everything, and we're here to seek balance. So because we believe life is about balance. Scripture has even told us there's a time and a place for everything under the sun. So we could need some of that ego to feel more grounded and more stable, more secure in our strength, in our being and in our purpose. Like you don't want to feel shakeable. You want to feel very grounded. There's a affirmations channel I listen to on YouTube. Sweet affirmations. Oh my goodness, that sucks. I should know the title because I really, really like the affirmations. But I listened to one today that said that when I want to feel calm, I focus on the rock that's underneath me. So that's a good place to go. And, you can couple it with 3 deep breaths. Of course, we are in the age of Aquarius. This is also Aquarius season. So communication, words are very powerful right now. Words are very, they can be, they can instantly manifest. So you want to be planting seeds of good words. In the beginning, there was the Word. The Word was God. The Word was with God. So everything starts, it starts with a thought, but what thoughts are we going to let come out of our mouths? What are we going to allow? Because we can control this. What are we going to allow to come out of our mouths during this season? I was going somewhere else with, but this energy is cranking up. And like I mentioned already, we have quite a bit of planets in the sign of Aquarius. Oh, let me tell you, Astro hyphen seek or Astro dash seek. That's a, you know, website that I go to often to look at the current planets and see how things are moving. I've been getting a message for the last like 30 minutes or so that says temporary server overload. Sorry, the page you requested is currently overloaded. Please try again later. I went to a different browser, same thing. What does that mean? Does that mean that like everybody is like jumping into astrology and like overloading the system because of this full moon in Leo? Or maybe it's this eclipse season that's coming up. It makes me excited, but kind of like, bummed at the same time. But I do have another app that I have on my phone. It's called Time Passages. I like this one too. So I can always go here as a backup. And I like to just compare. But for the most part, the chart, they're pretty on point. Um, the interpretation for AI, however, so that's why it's good to know our own interpretations and kind of and study them because as much as I like Gemini, Gemini does not really give accurate astrological information. And it seems like it's something off with like the time or the date. Like it forgets what day it is, or it's interesting. I like it with everything else, I guess. I don't use it for a whole lot of things other than like research and lists and things like that. Like I'm not using it for images and like recordings and stuff, but it definitely seems to have some issues with like time and dates. And so it'll tell you that there's a certain relationship happening in the sky that's not happening, or it'll tell you that the planet is in the sign after the sign that is currently in. So I do try to tell it, hey, you're doing a terrible job. And it'll say, oh, thank you for checking me. You are correct. It's interesting, but it just shows us that we need to just make sure that we know things for ourselves, which is confirmation of just the energy that we're stepping into with the support of Leo. Um, let's see here. So I was doing a little bit of, oh, one other thing. Yeah, I was doing a little bit of research earlier, just kind of like just doing like a search, not a research, but doing a search of a lot of my entries, um, just for Leo in general. And I came across a previous post or previous celebration where I was able to give the signs, each of the signs, an understanding of which house the moon is impacting for you right now, but also give you an understanding of the energy, maybe the challenges you may be coming in contact with, in addition to like a journal prompt. So just a question, that you could ask yourself during this time that you could journal on, to help release any, energy that's no longer serving your best and highest good. So, one of the things that also came up for me this earlier, for meditation purposes, was a solar plexus meditation. Our solar plexus is our place of like our energy, our vitality, our our motivation, what drives us, what's in our gut, like what runs deep within us. It's a place of, confidence, power, ambition, if I didn't say it already. And of course, it being yellow, recognizing it as a representation of the sun, it carries that Leo energy. So a meditation on the solar plexus chakra could be good for you. You could also listen to the frequency of the solar plexus chakra. I'll give you that in a second. I think that might be like 500. I'll double check. Leo being a fire sign comes with motivation, passion, and creativity. And so Leos can sometimes be healed through movement and self expression. All right. Um, so yeah, what else do we want to tell them? Let's go to the planets. I don't want to spend too much time here because I've already a lot of these planets haven't shifted since last week. But of course, the sun is in Aquarius, the moon is in Leo. Uh, Mercury, Venus, and Mars are all three in Aquarius. We call that a stellium. And then with the sun being there, it's even more intense. So a lot of like going within could be a little dark, a little isolated, um, even rebellious. That's the energy that I can resonate with right now. And my rebellion may not look like everybody's rebellion. All of us may have a different way of rebelling or like going within ourselves and like how we talk to ourselves, what we how we isolate, how we hibernate, how we build up our strength again. And so for me, I noticed that like if I'm not necessarily emotionally being fulfilled or I'm not uh balanced where the way that I want to be emotionally, I tend to focus more on like my lower chakras and focus on what I'm building. I focus a little bit more on the physical and kind of allowing myself to balance out that emotional energy that may not be as stable or secure or supportive as I want it to be. Um, and that oftentimes can come with that feeling of isolation. You may feel, like we said this before, like people don't understand, or you're having a hard time communicating things to people, or you're finding the words, but as you're finding the words, you're also finding the way. It's almost like once you feel like confident enough that you have the words to actually respond to a certain energy, a certain spirit, or a certain, low vibrational patterns, once you find the words, it's almost like you don't even have to speak them. it's like the energy presents itself. Here's the test, right? It presents itself again, and you don't even have to say anything. It's almost like it takes care of itself. And then you can just respond by how you move or what you do, like your physical actions, like what you actually do and how you actually move forward is the energy. I hope that makes sense. It's almost like you find once you come to terms with the words in your mind and you find the courage or the confidence to speak those words, the test shows up again and you don't even have to speak the words. It's almost like saying it in your head was enough of a seed to plant where now you can just act on it. And then it's even like easier than you thought it was. I hope that resonates because I had an experience with that um in the last week or so. And it was very actually I need to give gratitude for that. It was very rewarding, very balancing, and it was exactly what I needed. And God has a way of showing up like that, like just really loving on you in moments where you like least expected, or it's a surprise, or it's a blessing, or you know what I mean? It felt really good to have that confirmation. All right, so enjoy the isolation right now. A lot of us have experienced some weather like snow and ice and been snowed in for about a week or so. So just allowing yourself to enjoy the isolation, the icy isolation. Mercury is supporting you in your communication. Venus is supporting you in your love and your attraction and in your beauty. And Mars is supporting you in giving you the energy, giving you the power, giving you the strength, giving you the motivation to move, to do, to be active, to take action. Okay. Mars is allowing you to focus on the future. Okay. Uh, Jupiter is still in Cancer, loving on us with that nurturing energy, just pulling us out of this thick that we may have not been feeling emotionally supported or maybe even supportive. Maybe we felt like we couldn't be supportive of others either. So it's pulling us out of that and giving us a break, giving us some expansion that we don't even have to really work for, thankfully. Saturn is still in Pisces, but Saturn will be following behind Neptune soon, actually. Saturn will move into Aries on February 13th. Okay, so then we'll have Neptune and Saturn in Aries. So talk about like a kickoff, a new beginning to like higher learning, higher consciousness, all things eternal and unseen. It's like it gets like a boost. It gets a boost right before Valentine's Day. It's going to be a beautiful time to recharge and just like love on yourself. I'm loving it. Um, Uranus is still in retrograde in Taurus. So we're revisiting some things that may be calling us to change. That's why we're getting all this reflection of like having courage and like, just being more confident, not cocky. So this is just a way for us to get in flow with the energy. All right. Pluto in Aquarius, he'll be there for, come on, you lost focus. Pluto is in Aquarius and will be there for the next 20 years or so. Chiron in Aries definitely kicked off a new level of healing for us, gave us a new beginning in healing after a lot of retrospect and reflection. All right. That's what's going on in the sky. All right, let's just jump into the signs before we get into the cards. So, Leo, of course, this full moon will be highlighting your first house of identity, self image, embodiment, purpose, career, how the world sees you, your image, your public image. That is your first house. And so the benefit for you is personal empowerment, giving you an opportunity to be more confident, be who you are, right? But what you may feel challenged with if you're feeling like disconnected or in a low vibrational pattern right now, the challenge could be that your ego, like the wounds of your ego are surfacing, your ego wounds are surfacing. So things that have maybe wounded you or hurt your pride um, are coming up, could be coming up. And just allow yourself to release that energy. Allow yourself to release fear. Allow yourself to release uh, ego that keeps you stuck or keeps you in like a holding pattern. You're not really growing or expanding or feeling more empowered like you want to. That's really it. And just calling on that, speaking to it, releasing it, doing a meditation, a mantra, a healing, an affirmation, a prayer. There's so many different ways that we could release that. But just recognizing it is the start. Just knowing that you could possibly be going through like an ego death where you're learning what's holding you back. Is there pride that's holding you back? Is there fear that's holding you back? Is there this sense of like approval that you may need, or you're looking for acceptance that you want to let go of? You don't you want more. You want something more meaningful, something that's more substantial, something that has more substance. Okay. So a journal prompt, a good journal prompt, oh, a good journal prompt, Leo, could be, who am I when I stop seeking approval? And for me, Leo has a pretty top placement or a good placement for me in my chart. So it's like when I see who am I when I stop seeking approval, it says to me, if I'm not looking for anybody to be in agreement, I don't need them to understand. I don't need them to get it. I don't need them to say it. That to me is the seeking approval. So it's like, what would I do? What am I letting go of? What approval am I letting go of? What acceptance am I letting go of that's stopping me from moving forward or like taking it to the next level? And for me, it's just more of that, like wanting them to understand, wanting them to get it. It's like, don't say anything, just button your lip. And it's just one of those energies where it's like, I can show them better than I can tell them. Okay. That's for Leo. Virgo, this moon is highlighting your 12th house of the subconscious, your spiritual identity, who you are spiritually, and your place of rest, honestly, place of healing. So this moon is allowing you to have a deep emotional release. Okay. It could also be a deep spiritual release as well with the stellium in Aquarius and then the sun also in Leo. There's a lot of just spiritual concepts or unseen kind of things. Emotions are can also be unseen, and they are represented by the moon. So you definitely could be experiencing a deep emotional or spiritual release. That's the benefit of this moon for you. And so the challenge would be avoiding stillness. So what you want to be able to do is really get your rest, to be able to be still, be able to connect, whether it be to the earth, it could be just your foundation, your roots even. That could be family, but it could be like a spiritual foundation, a spiritual connection, or like even an emotional connection that allows you to feel calm and still. You don't feel like you have to do a whole bunch of moving around. Like you don't want to feel like you have to be busy. You want to actually be able to rest. Hopefully, you're able to do that during this season, at least for these few weeks where, it's cold and snowy. So it makes us go within kind of naturally. The earth is always giving us what we need. So a good journal prompt for you, Virgo, could be, what am I ready to release completely and quietly? No rah-rah, shish like no rah-rah. No, you don't have to, it's not an announcement. It's not something you have to necessarily share, but you're ready to completely release something. You'll probably, if you're having a hard time understanding what it could be, you could probably get that answer with that stillness, taking time to breathe. Like I said, you could do a short meditation. If you're looking for a short meditation, I have a 5-minute grounding, a guided grounding. And sometimes it just takes that leap of faith forward. That's what also this full moon in Leo does for us, is gives us like hope, light, and like allowing us to feel confident in that warmth of the sun. So, to the point where we will be courageous enough to take a leap, to jump out there. Okay. Libra, this moon is highlighting your 11th house of community, friendships, aspirations, your future vision. So it's going to be allowing you to shine a spotlight on your aligned connections and maybe connections that aren't so aligned. Um, and the challenge here could be losing yourself in other people. So you're looking to, you know, release what's stopping you from having aligned connections, connections that are in alignment with, your future vision, what you think community and friendship should be or what it should look like. And you're releasing anywhere that you could be looking for validation or acceptance or approval, or you're not necessarily being confident or courageous in your own light. And you could be allowing yourself to get watered down by those that you are connecting with or connecting to, or you're going to be able to see the relationships or friendships or the community that is not in alignment with you and that's dimming your light, watering you down, and making you lose yourself, losing your light for the sake of others or in others, because I don't know, maybe it could be codependency. We've been healing a lot of codependency. So those kind of tests are going to start to, surface and show themselves to prove that we can pass the test. Okay, Libra. So, um, a good journal prompt for you could be, which connections feel reciprocal and which feel draining? I think that's a good journal prompt for almost all of us. Scorpio, this moon is highlighting your 10th house, the 10th house of career, public image, authority, almost like your sun, almost, right? Who rules the 10th house? Hold on. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn. Okay. Yep. work, a little bit of routine, but more like good work habits, good work ethic. That's what this moon is highlighting your 10th house of work habits, how you show up, your career, how you respond to authority, how you take authority, how you're seen. Your benefit or the benefit of this energy for this full moon in Leo for you, Scorpio, is visibility and recognition. So you could be experiencing or going to experience over the next 6 months some recognition, some much needed recognition or much deserved recognition, visibility. You're definitely like the sun is shining on you. Okay. So allow it to put you in flow. You're not anxious in the energy, you're not fighting the energy, you're in flow with the energy, and you're allowing it to boost you, but not in a way where you're boasting or you're coming off like a jerk. That could be the challenge. The challenge could be a power struggle. Like it could be internally, it could be externally, but the challenge here would be releasing any areas where you may feel powerless or like that you may be trying to control. Okay. And allow the energy of recognition and visibility to come in. Let it shine in. It's like let the sun rise on you, basically. A good journal prompt for you, Scorpio, could be, how do I feel about being fully seen? That's the energy of Leo, is that being seen. Like, what are you going to, what can you embrace about it? Or like, how do you want to step into it? How do you want to own it? All right, Sagittarius, this moon will be highlighting your ninth house of beliefs, purpose, expansion, innovation. Definitely like a wrapping up, like a getting a full understanding. The benefit is spiritual insight. You're going to be embracing that wisdom. The sun is like shining a light on you and allowing you to like bathe in beliefs, like really allow yourself to stand for something or recognize that not standing for something or how not standing for something has held you back. Like really owning your beliefs, allowing like your life to be an example, but definitely like walking it like you talk it, like not just saying it, but actually recognizing that it should be a part of how you move or your life. It should be a part of who you are and how you show up. The challenge here could be like things that are too rigid. Maybe like you could be trying to control things and holding on really tightly. You could be trying to possibly prove certain beliefs versus really believing it. You could be trying to, maybe prove it, or maybe just holding on too tight to it, trying to control it. It's like you're being given the freedom to be in flow with it, where you don't feel like you have to show and prove anything. You you believe it and you're okay with allowing it. You don't have to talk about it. You don't have to even shine a light on it. It's almost like God is showing it to you, and that's enough. A good journal prompt could be, where am I being asked to trust life more deeply? Where am I being asked to trust life more deeply? Like that surrender, like leap of faith, having faith, blind faith, faith of a mustard seed. Definitely an elevation in consciousness, spiritual insight. You're you're in alignment. If you're feeling spiritually wise, if you're feeling like you know what you've learned, you're in alignment with the energy, because now you're getting the support to like clear out whatever it is that you're that's not allowing you to fully surrender. Capricorn, this moon is highlighting your eighth house of intimacy, shared resources, shared energy, and transformation. It's a house of like depth, death, and rebirth. So you're being supported in releasing any type of emotional blocks or any obstacles or low vibrational energy that's not allowing you to go deeper emotionally. Maybe you're being called to be more intimate, or intimacy is like taken, it's, you either want it to go up a notch or it's being taken up a notch, or you're being called to transform it, or you maybe starting to see or reveal to you that things can be more intimate, and maybe what you have been trying to control when it comes to that level of emotional intimacy. And that will be the challenge here, is releasing emotional control or being emotionally guarded. That's what you want to release. Okay. Setting the intention with that. A good journal prompt could be, hmm, where do I fear vulnerability? What emotional bond needs to be healed or released is another one. And how can I share my power instead of holding on to it so tightly? So definitely a letting go, an emotional letting go, like a freeing. Something's been burned away, or you're being called to burn something away that's holding you back emotionally, making you guarded to higher levels of intimacy or vulnerability. Like just showing you where you could be trying to control something and holding on to something really, really tightly that actually needs to be released. Aquarius, this moon is highlighting your seventh house of relationships, mirrors, contracts, partnerships. The benefit here is relationship clarity. The challenge will be emotional detachment. We do have a lot of emotions still kind of running around in the sky, but we have come very far. Um, but I think that many of us are still letting go of certain contracts, soulmates, people that mirror parts of us that we no longer are. Yeah. What what do your relationships reveal about you, Aquarius? What do your relationships reveal about you? It's a great question. Pisces, this moon is highlighting your sixth house. Your sixth house of daily habits, health, service, work, perfectionism, details. The benefit is you're becoming more emotionally aware of the benefit in routines. You're realizing that you can get some stability in your emotions from having certain routines, doing certain things religiously, routinely, or just on a regular basis. You're tying how that stability it calms your nervous system. You're recognizing how a lot of busyness, moving around, doing a whole lot is not really giving you the internal calmness that you seek. And you're letting go of burnout. You're learning how to release burning out and like learning how to rest in routine. Like, it could be something as simple as like going to bed by a certain time. Even if you're not sleeping, like at least maybe turning off the TV or turning off the phone or just being in the bed at a certain time. Like certain things like that could really just kind of help us break through any bad habits that aren't good for us, they're not healthy for us, or they could be stopping us from like progressing in life. They could be stopping us from burning out. I mean, or we could be doing things that could be causing us to burn out. So we're letting go of the things that are stopping us from being more in sync with what we have to do on a daily basis. A good journal prompt, Pisces, could be, how do my emotions show up in my daily habits? How do my emotions show up in my daily habits? All right. Next is Aries. Aries, this moon is highlighting your fifth house of creativity, joy, romance, and self expression. Childhood could also be in the fifth house. The benefit here is you're getting some confidence in being creative, expressing yourself more. Um, you could also be learning how to be like more clever or witty when it comes to relationship, like keeping things fun or spontaneous or spicy. You could be learning, you could just be having more confidence in your own creativity and how you want to express yourself creatively. What it could be towards your partners, it could be towards your family or friends, just like what makes you you, like what makes you unique when it comes to people that you're connected to. Like what do they like you for? What do they love you for? What does your relationship mean to them? You're having you're getting more confidence in that area of your who you are uniquely and creatively. The challenge here could be needing validation. So being in alignment with allowing yourself to be authentic and free and not looking for anything in response or return. It's great if you get it, but not needing anybody to feed you right now or support you. Like really being able to be confident enough to be yourself and not need the audience or a peanut gallery. You really can stand firm in it because you're being true to you. Um, and you'll get it, but it's not something you're doing for a validation. You don't need the validation. It's genuinely who you are, what you want to do, how you express yourself, and your your creativity or your confidence in being creative. A good journal prompt could be, where am I craving recognition instead of self-acceptance? So being good for you, being your own critic, being your own competition, being better than you were yesterday. Like long as you're being called to be confident in what you do and who you are. And you might just be being called to root for yourself at this point, Aries. You have that initiatory leadership kind of energy. You take charge, you kick things off. You're supported in being active and driven. And yeah, it's like a preparing for a takeoff. Okay. Taurus, this moon is highlighting your fourth house of family, roots, home, emotional foundation, and you're being supported emotionally grounded. You're being grounded emotionally. You're being supported in an emotional way. You're This moon is going to help you to ground your emotions. Yeah. It's going to expose some things, highlight some things, and it might be able to show you, it will show you where you could be resisting change, where you are resistant to change. When it comes to family, when it comes to home, when it comes to your emotional foundation, you could just be being called to grow here and let go of something so you can make room for something, release something that's going to like kick off a change in your foundation, in your home, in your family, or in your emotional chakras, even. Something could be holding you back, something that you could be holding on to. It could be in your head, it could be a recurring thought, but you're getting support to be more grounded. And then you're going to have to break through what's stopping you from changing. What's the temperature outside? I think it's 7 degrees. Oh, come on. Oh, all right. What are you? Sorry, my watch is tripping. 17. Um, Taurus, a good journal prompt for you, sorry, could be, what emotional pattern from my past is ready to be released? What emotional pattern from my past is ready to be released? You can do it, Taurus. Gemini, this moon is highlighting your third house of communication, thoughts, perception. You should feel pretty at home here, Gemini. Um, the benefit here is mental clarity. All right. So that's something that a lot of Geminis can probably relate to, whether you're a Gemini sun, moon, or rising. Um, if you're a sun, Gemini sun, you could be finding mental clarity in career, in your image, your ego, even your identity. For Gemini moons, you could be finding mental clarity or just like some type of calmness when it comes to like your home space, your head space, even your emotional space, but definitely like your behind the scenes space is becoming more clear. It's giving you more peace mentally. You're feeling very healthy in your head space. Positive thoughts, positive emotions, even. Oh, look, the challenge here could be overthinking emotions. So that's what we want to release. Overthinking emotions, being in flow, not in force, being connected to the energy, not trying to control it or being afraid of it. A good journal prompt, Gemini, could be, Where can I communicate with more heart, not just logic? That's a good one. Where can I communicate with more heart, not just logic? Cancer. Cancer. This moon is highlighting your second house of self worth, values, money, your earthly possessions, where you could be stubborn. The benefit for you under this moon is you're having your self esteem, like your self worth, is being strengthened. You're feeling probably more uh, stable in your coins, like your money. You could be recognizing how money can bring you kind of like a certain level of confidence, or like having stable finances is making you more confident. The challenge here, Cancer, could be spending emotionally or having fear of that, of losing or being in lack, having scarcity mindset kind of fears. So you want to be able to ground your energy so that you're not emotional or emotionally spending, and releasing any fears of not having, like connecting to the energy of always having enough, being stable. Jupiter is here to support you for the next 6 or 7 months. Okay. So allow yourself to connect and be in flow with continuing to be stable in your finances. Allow that to strengthen your self esteem, and, disconnecting from any emotional wounds that cause you to spend, or being afraid of not having. So, journal prompt for you, Cancer, could be, what do I truly value, and does my life reflect that? What do I truly value, and does my life reflect that? It's a great journal prompt. All right, that's it for the signs. Let's jump into some cards. Hold on, did I share everything? I think I did. Okay, I did write down another quote. I got three. Take it how you want to take it. So I have, reading is fundamental. That's a quote from a Kid and Play movie. Class act. Reading is fundamental. Iron sharpens iron. That's actually scripture. Iron sharpens iron. And then there's a couple snakes in the grass. Now it's time to cut the grass. So we have shifted out of the year of the snake, and we've moved into the year of the fire horse. And with this Leo moon, Leo full moon, we're getting revved up. The fire is cracking, okay? It's getting lit. And the snake has like cleared the way. We've shed things in this lab, whatever little residue, little residual shedding that hasn't left our body yet. We just got to push through this last little, up against this rock or up against this tree, to just get that last little bit of whatever that wants to hold on, to actually get it to come off and let us go, so we can trail blaze the path ahead for that trailblazing. It could be a Bronco. It could be a stallion. It could be, what's another horse? Another horse to come running down the path, setting it on fire. That's how I see it. So we're cutting the grass and the snakes are exposed. That's it, that's all. All right. Let's I do want to give us some stock options that not options, but some numbers at the end of this. So I think tonight we're only going to do the we're going to do, well, not only, we're going to do the Moonology deck and Rumi, because Rumi can be a little lengthy, but I also have some angel cards here that I want to pull a few from. So that's what we're going to do tonight. So let's get us a Moonology, and then we'll do a Rumi and an angel number, or angel, I'm sorry, an angel message. Holy Spirit, ancestors of divine love and healing light, please protect us as we download the messages for our best and highest good. Anything that's not for our best and good, please close, shut, lock, and block that door in the name of all names. Amen. Oh, got one already. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. Bottom of the deck. Take time to breathe out. Disseminating moon. Taking time to breathe. Taking time to breathe. All right. You and your loved ones are safe. I actually read this not too long ago. This card came out maybe 2 or 3 messages ago. Always amazes me when that happens. I'm getting a little chilly, so I need to crank up the heat. I'm telling y'all, I'm manifesting some things over here, and it's looking really good. I'm excited about it. So 2026 is going to be awesome because a lot of us are going to hit $1 million. We're going to reach $1 million. I can see it. I can feel it. I can taste it almost. I can smell it sometimes. Like, yeah. You and your loved ones are safe. Building generational wealth over here. How about that? All right. Just get my situation over here together because. All righty. New moon in Cancer. There's a new start coming in your private life. Something is rising up in connection with the people and places you hold dearest. This can be to do with a member of your family, a flatmate or moving house. If you're hoping to move forwards with something special in your private life, this card comes to you as a message that you can do it. If you've been neglecting your family, it's time to reconnect with them. If you've been neglecting yourself, you need to take better care of yourself and nurture yourself more. If your insecurity is holding you back, that's something for you to work on now. Doing so could bring you your heart's desire. Attuned to the moon. Sorry. My nose is itching. That's hilarious. Like crazy confirmation. Attuned to the moon. Make sure you put family first. This is the time, okay? This is the time. If you're not doing it, when are you doing it? When are you going to do it? This is the time. Focus on your family. Focus on what you want to build with them generationally. The ones that are in alignment with you, of course. But focus on your family. Make sure you put family first. Additional meanings. Let someone get a bit closer to you. A new cycle is starting for your child or children. It's time to review your goals. Have they changed? Meditation will help you banish your insecurities. That's confirmation. Spending time near water will bring you peace and answers. It's also a confirmation about getting grounded. as the large fire department truck just goes down the street very quietly. And that was the big one. That's the one with the driver in the back. But I like how they just kind of roam the streets with the snow and everything. They're just kind of outside. No flying up and down the street. Thankfully, I guess no emergencies really, but no sirens, just out and about. When it's 17 degrees outside, they're out there cruising the streets. So thank you for them. Thank you for the firefighters. Thank you for the first responders. Thank you for the folks out there handling business, doing their jobs, risking their lives even to save others. The teaching. The new moon in Cancer can be a super emotional time. The moon is all about emotions, and Cancer is a water sign and also very emotional. Saying that, the moon is very happy in the sign of Cancer. It's one of her two home signs along with Taurus. So whenever you pull it, this card suggests that whatever happens next will be in your favor. It's especially positive for family matters. That's that Cancer Jupiter in Cancer energy. That's that energy that is just supportive in the nurturing, supportive at home, supportive in family, and those kind of connections in our emotional space, our behind the scenes living quarters space. So thank you for that. Let's do a Rumi, and then we'll do angel answers. So think of a question. Think of a question that you want to ask your angels. It could be in relation to what we talked about tonight, what's going on in the sky. It could be something that pertains to your sun, moon, or rising sign and the house that this moon is going to be impacting. It could be what you need to release that's going to be challenging, or what's going to be beneficial, or how you can embrace the benefits right now. But just something that you want to set an intention on when it comes to this full moon in Leo. Could you use more pride? Could you use more confidence? Could you use less confidence or less ego? Could you, I don't want to say less confidence, could you be less cocky or arrogant, and be wiser, more diplomatic, that kind of energy? Like what from Leo do you want to let go? And what from Leo do you want to embrace? Let's go ahead and get us our Romy card. That is so humongous. Oh, two. You got two. The Angel Raspbar, number 27, breaking down to a 9, divine completion. Like the heater was on. And number 18, a new gown, breaking down to a 9 as well. So there's the completion of the cycle again. Both of these, 9, 9. The Angel Raspbar and a new gown. A new gown seems to resonate because it's like a new you, a new level. Um, Even protecting ourselves from the weather, like the cold elements, is requiring more clothing, like putting on more clothing, more layers even. I do like the Angel Raspbar because I feel a lot of angel protection and like divine completion kind of energy. Like the divine is in it all, like divine timing, divine completion, divine order, divine protection. Let's see. Let's see which one we should look and say yes. I don't know which one. So, okay. So I'm going to use the angel answers just to tell us which one of these cards we should read. And then we'll do another one for our question. Like, read both. But let's see. Which one should we read? Should we read Raspberry? Oh, within the next few months. It didn't really fall asleep. Perfect timing. I think we're going to read a new gown. Yeah, we're going to read a new gown. Definitely divine completion here with these nines. All right, number 18. This one. Is this one really? A new gown. Weary and consumed by longing, I was caressed by my beloved last night. My wounded soul was set free when I tasted the sweetness of love. My spirit was lifted at once. I surrendered my life, while overflowing with joy, and my vision was filled with light. Love said, "Don't feel so hopeless, my weary and gloomy one, for my generosity is beyond forgetting those devoted to me." See how boundless divine justice can be. Behold my immeasurable kindness, divine justice. Love embraced my spirit, and all my doubts vanished at once. A new and glorious robe of honor was placed on my shoulders. Love offered me the power of new vision and the transforming touch of divine generosity, and placed the chalice of eternal wine in my hand. Rumi. I have the perfect gift for you. It's a gown of new colors, of colors perfectly suited to you and no other. The colors of this gown will make your eyes sparkle and gleam as though they were more beautiful than the most precious of gems. The colors of this new gown will make your skin seem luminous as if lit from within. For of course it is, beautiful angel. Your complexion is radiant with the light of life. Your hair will shine with luster, and your entire being will be complemented by this gown as it enhances your beauty in all ways. So hold on no longer to that shabby, tattered cloak of so unworthy of you. Cast it off. Let me grace your shoulders now with this royal robe instead, that you may shine beautifully as it befits a royal child of divine parentage. Ah, beloved, if you could only see the incredible gift, the symbolic robe being offered to you now, your fears would quake and tremble, disappearing more quickly than you could imagine. Your heart would take wings and become so light your entire being would lift clean off the ground and soar like an angel bird amongst the playground of the Divine Mother's skies. Yet, like a young one, so much younger than your years and wisdom warrant, you may hold on to your tattered robes as though they were a security blanket. You may wonder if the new robes will descend swiftly enough, or that without what you have known to cling to, you will be left stark naked, exposed, and vulnerable. These thoughts are not worthy of your status, but perhaps you are yet to realize you are one of the most sublime, you are of the most sublime royal lineage, what you are worthy of, a cloak of galaxies, that you are worthy of, a cloak of galaxies, a crown of stars, a body of sacred earth, and a voice of stirring music. You may be craning your neck to see who it is that can bestow permission upon you to receive a gift of such dignity. You are what you are already, and always have been thus. All that is required from you is to realize it. This oracle comes to you with sacred portent. You are fast approaching a moment of a great leap and a evolutionary shift on your spiritual path. What a gift instead to embrace your own path, irrespective of what any other may think, whether they hold it in glory or derision. Derision, 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 derision. Whether they hold it in glory or derision. Who cares? Not you, nor I. Your royal heritage has been revealed. And in seeing the divinity within yourself, you become blessed to see it in all beings returning to the realization of royalty within. This oracle comes to you with sacred guidance for you. You are stepping into empowerment in a new way, and it is to be honored. Do not allow yourself to be dragged into dramas or power games. You are worthy of so much more than that. Those are the voices of fear, not truth. Be in your dignity and power and keep going. It is the divine that urges you, not the ego. Do not let doubt, do not doubt the changes happening within you now. Embrace them. I could have read more of that. Sorry, I keep scratching my nose, but I know that that's like confirmation. I could have read more of that. I heard Leo's confirmation in there. I heard Taurus's confirmation. Scorpio, I heard your confirmation in there as well. So you may want to see where those placements are for you. You know, do you have placements in Leo, Scorpio, Taurus? Who else did I hear? Yeah, Cancer. I heard Cancer in there as well. Some will respond with love and acknowledgement, others with fear and judgment, calling you too big for your boots or high and mighty. Those are voices of fear, not truth. Be in your dignity and power and keep going. It is the divine that urges you, not the ego. Do not doubt the changes happening within you now. Embrace them. Listen, tap, 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 tap in. Come on, let's get an angel number, soul, spirit. Hmm. What do you want us to know? Got another yes. Yes is on the bottom of the deck when I open up the box. There it is again. Yes, release. Yes to romance. I saw romance, romance, romance. Remain positive. Okay, Spirit, what you want us to know? What's your advice? What's the angel message and advice to our question, to what we're setting intentions on, or what we need to be focused on? We got three. Four. Helpful people, helpful people. It is up to you, or it's up to you. Oh, that's a dishwasher. I was like, what is that noise? Be assertive. Choose a new direction. So we got you and your loved ones are safe, new moon in Cancer, the angel raspbar, and a new gown. I kind of like helpful people because I think right now we're attracting what's in alignment with us. We're attracting those kind of relationships. Libra got that message as well. That's also Libra's energy. But there's a lot of like releasing of the fake, unsupportive, out of alignment type of energy and making room for the aligned energy, basically. I mean, there's no other way to put it. So let's do helpful people. It came out first. Abundance is on the bottom. So I think that helpful people is a sign of abundance. It's like you're being supported, you're being carried through. And I don't think I've ever gotten this helpful people card either. So let's see. Let's see what this message has for us, and then we're gonna wrap it up. I kind of want an angel number, but we'll see how much time we have. Helpful people. This card indicates that it's time to expand your circle of friends. Or you may find yourself needing to do some professional networking. Make time to branch out in order to create the personal or career connections necessary to be happy and successful. This card can also indicate that your situation requires the input of those who can assist you in accomplishing the task before you. This may include professionals in fields related to your question or others who work for or around you. It could also include people in your personal life who have experience that would be useful. This card lets you know that someone will be entering your life soon who can help make your dreams come true. I mean, okay, God, you got it. I'm all yours. I surrender to your abundance, your light, this abundant life that you're trying to give us. Okay, I will claim it. Thank you. The people are coming in that's gonna help our dreams come to reality. Like what? Like what, God? Like, okay, you got it. Got it, dog. You got it, daddy. You got it, father. You got it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Um, yeah. What I was about to do one more thing. Numbers? Oh, numbers. Stock market. All right. So I highly encourage you. Listen, I'm not here to give financial advice. I'm just going to share with you what I'm doing. You are welcome to join me. But we do have an investment or a stock club, and our goal is to meet once a week on Sundays where we share price points on various stock plays. Okay, just for lack of a better word, but I know what God promised me. I know what He's shown me, and I plan to execute. I plan to activate that energy, activate that spirit. And this is the year. This is the year where it's it's been planted, it's being planted, and it's kicking off. There was also a confirmation of lifting off the ground, or like lifting off in that roomy a new gown card, that oracle message, lifting off. I've been playing Lift Off by Jay-Z and Kanye, and Beyonce is on that song too, but it's from Watch the Throne. Watch the Throne. But I love that song, Lift Off. And that's the energy. All I see is like a rocket ship. Oh, during our grounding, I saw like dollar signs. It looked like S's, but they didn't have the line through it, but it was like a bunch of like S's. Like it just looked like S's. they weren't they weren't like a, nice snake-like S. They were more like sassy, stretched out, elongated S's. So they look more like a squiggly line, right? But they were S's. So it gave me like dollars, but they not sliced. They just like stacked. Like there's no, it was like, that's all I could say. It was just like repetitive stack, 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 stack. That's how I saw it. No lines through the S's or dollar signs. And then I also saw, oh man, I knew I should have wrote it down. The S's. Oh, a windshield, like there was like a wipe, like a windshield wiper. There was like a wiping off, and then there was like a polishing, like a buffing. like almost like somebody taking their elbow and like cleaning off a mirror or something. But it was like, it was a clearing off of like a windshield. You could be, clearing off ice from a windshield or water from a windshield or cleaning glass, cleaning a mirror, cleaning a windshield itself, and like making it very visible. You could be cleaning your glasses, like just making things clear, making your vision clear, allowing your vision to be seen clearly, like getting all the fog, all the dirt and grime and oil off of your lenses and really being able to like see clearly. I actually saw that in like the crown area, the third eye area, like that wiping off, like cleaning, scraping off any callus, any blockages, any energy that is not clear, not providing clarity, not providing calmness, not providing alignment, cleared out. All right. So I am currently have a few plays in because the market is currently going down, at least towards the end of last week. So Thursday and Friday, everything came like down. I'm not going to say crashing because it wasn't crashing, but everything was coming down. So from what I've learned, February tends to be a month where things pull back and slow down. You'll hear a lot of investors say, when there's blood in the street, like red numbers, like negative numbers, when there's blood in the street, we eat. So that means that this is your moment to basically get into the stock market or invest in the market while it's on sale. So when these numbers, when these share prices pull back, it's an opportunity for you to get in. I always say to get in when things are like 5%, like when you see a pullback at 5%, but some things have pulled back 15, 20%. And what I'm learning is that that's actually pretty common. Not common as in it happens like often, because the market has been running up pretty much for, I don't know, 8 or 9 months or so. But now I'm seeing a different side. I'm seeing a different range. We're seeing things shift around. So if you haven't heard, precious metals like gold, silver, copper, and things of that sort are like soaring. Okay. Let's talk about a liftoff. They're soaring. So they've run up, in the last 2 weeks, 50+%, which is amazing, right? Especially if you hold any type of shares in any of those, that you could call them commodities, but they are precious metals, which is that falls under the category of commodities. Um, a lot of that is because gold, for one, back in the day, I think when the stock market, like for the economy or whatever, when things started to get like more international, I think one of the ways that countries, at least what I've heard, I can't say what I've read, but it makes sense. The way that countries identified their wealth was by how much gold they had. So typically, when you have a lot of money, you tend to buy gold, or you may tend to, like, invest in certain gems or precious metals of that sort. Gold bars and things like that have always been a sign of wealth and things. So that was kind of how they managed, or how they identified wealth of countries, is how much gold they had, or how much they had in gold, as far as like dollar amounts of gold. So gold is a safe haven. So when the stock market tends to be pulling back, so there's a lot of uncertainty in the stock market right now, for a whole bunch of different reasons. I don't even want to go into any of those reasons because it's neither here nor there, honestly. But gold is a place where people who've been doing this for generations, they find stability, they find security and safety in gold, almost like grounding ourselves in Mother Earth. You find stability, safety, and support in gold. So they're running gold up because people are buying it, but it's also a sign of the times that the economy is not doing well, because people are running to precious metals or commodities for a safe haven because they don't trust their money in the market. Okay. The second reason is because of AI and technology, even things like what do you call them? Electric vehicles and like autonomous vehicles, like self-driving cars and things like that. They all need precious metals, especially silver. Copper is also going to be another commodity that runs up because of the amount of data centers and cooling and things like that that we're going to have to do to continue to have AI growth. So you're going to see those kind of things happening. Um, so what I'll share with you is some of the price points that I have on some of those precious metals and whatever else we want to share. Um, so I do have a play in, well, right now I have a play in for silver where I'm going to purchase silver when the price reaches $69.14. That's for SLV. That's iShares Silver Trust. SLV is the ticker symbol. When that drops to, or if it drops to $69.14, I will be purchasing. So if you want to buy, that would be a good place to buy. You can put whatever amount that you are ready to invest. That means an amount that you are not afraid to lose, but you're not going to lose it. But you're not afraid to lose it, number one, because you're going to get in at the right price. Number two, you also don't need the money. So I don't care if it's $10 or $20. Go ahead and put in an order. You can do it on Cash App. You just need to get you a brokerage account. There's so many different ones out there. They all have pros and cons. If you're looking for some options or you want to know what I use, you can send me an email. You can actually put something down in the comments and I can send you a link to a video where I share, you know, what brokerage account, what platforms I use for brokerage accounts and why I use different, or what I use different ones for and the benefits of those in a way. Okay. I also recommend, I don't have a play in, at least not here, but I'm also investing in gold in my retirement account. So that is GDX. GDX is what I'm invested in the I guess the most as far as dollar value and the amount that I have, you know, the market value that I have right now. So I have an options play for those of you who know what options are. I'm still learning options myself, but I do have an options play out to January of 2027 that I believe that GDX will rise. I think it's about $15. Um, by that time, it'll rise $15, which means it'll go up like 20 some percent. If you've been watching any of the gold, silver, or precious metals, they've been running up like 50%. So they've fallen back 20 and 30%, which makes me excited because I feel like I could just keep putting in a little bit, especially if it's under, like we call it dollar cost averaging. If it's under my average trading price, which is not, thankfully, if it's under my average share price, then I definitely want to buy a little bit lower so that I can continue to pull my average down. So when it runs up, I have an opportunity for a bigger profit, a bigger gain because it was able to pull back further. Let me know if that doesn't make sense or you have any questions about that. So right now, I'm pretty good on GDX. What I'm excited about is that even though it's pulled back so, you know, such a large amount, like 20%, I'm still up, which is crazy because I haven't even been in this play. I've probably been in it for 2 weeks. I just got in it a couple weeks ago in January. And thankfully, I'm still up. I'm not, um, in the hole. So if you're looking for any others, like any of the Mag 7, like if you want to know price points for Apple, I have not invested in Apple at the moment. I feel like Apple's a little behind the curve on AI, but I'm not saying Apple's bad or I don't believe in them. I'm just not investing in them directly. I do own Apple stock through a couple of ETFs that I own. So I am investing in Apple. It's just with an ETF, which is a group of stocks. Okay. So if you're interested in stuff like that, let me know and I will do my best to share with you where I am on certain plays. But yeah, I would definitely go look at gold and silver. SLV is a ticker symbol for iShares. GDX is a ticker symbol for gold miners. It's an ETF, but it's for gold mining companies. Um, GLD is for, I believe, gold companies themselves. But I believe in the mining because you have to have the mining. And the mining is where a large amount of the cost goes because it costs money to build them. It costs money to, just create that infrastructure that takes a long time. So that money tends to be a little bit long. That's what gives it the stability. But now you have the run up because people are running to it because they don't feel comfortable or they don't like the uncertainty in the market when it comes to stocks and things like that. So our American economy is run on technology, the Magnificent Seven, and when they are not doing well, our economy can pull back. But that's also an opportunity depending on how you position yourself. And the last part, but not least, is that the dollar is shifting, but there are other opportunities in other areas where we can make money, even though things are changing and they could be changing pretty quickly. There are some places that are still going to be stable and will still benefit. The money doesn't like go away, it shifts. It gets transferred somewhere else. And we want to know where it's getting transferred. Okay. Um, but definitely go start to follow SLV, GLD. AG is another silver um, ETF. It might not be an ETF. Anyway, AG, these are all things I want you to put on your watch list on your brokerage account. And then we can start looking at numbers and things like that. So I already shared with one for SLV. I can share more, but that's where we are right now. So I hope that was beneficial to you. We prosper as our souls prosper. So do your soul work, do your inner work, and you'll receive the breakthroughs on earth that you're looking for. All right. Always go within so you never go without, like Mystic Tori says. I love you, but God loves you more, like Worldwide Speaks reminds us. And over here at MiSpot, we stay connected to the ones that sit high, look low, and see everything. Thank you for coming out. God bless you. Good night. Anything you need to know about me will be in the description box. And I will see you here next week. Week.